Shout out to Caressa for sending me this story, and this will be a straggtales. And I know one of the first things you noticed besides this mugshot was the fact that there's a small screenshot of Chuck E. Cheese right there in the corner. Listen, don't let the fact that Chuck E. Cheese is a kid's place fool you. I have heard some horror stories coming out of Chuck E. Cheese. Now, I haven't been to Chuck E. Cheese, of course, in years, but I've always heard some of the most ratchet stuff coming out of Chuck E. Cheese. But this one right here takes the cake. So this woman's name is Treshonda Pollion. She's 24 years of age, and she is been charged pretty much with murder because she shot and killed this mother of five at the Chuck E. Cheese over an argument about a child's card game. Something that minuscule is what set her off. It says, a mother of five was shot dead at an Illinois Chuck E. Cheese in front of her children after an argument about a child's card game. 29-year-old Eloise Chairs was killed on Sunday evening while at a children's party just 4 weeks after giving birth to her first daughter. Crazy. So that means she had 4 sons and now just one girl. Family members told police that just after 7:15 p.m., Chairs got into an argument with another mother after her son's card game was taken by another child. That's when a friend of the other mother pulled a gun and shot Chairs in the shoulder, they claimed to investigators. The bullet struck a major artery, causing Chairs to bleed out. She was rushed to Genesis East Hospital but pronounced dead by 8:16 p.m. Treshonda Pollion, aged 24, was arrested and faces charges of first-degree murder. Eloise was shot in front of her children, blood covering them all. Now, you're probably wondering how in the world was she able to get first-degree murder? Simple. The gun was, first off, not hers. They said she took the gun from somebody else. It says right here, when a friend of the other mother pulled a gun and shot the Chairs in the shoulder. So she had a gun on her with the intent to kill the minute she pulled and drew that gun. Eloise was shot in front of her children, blood covering them all. I can't even imagine the moment that her kids had to go through witnessing their mother get killed like that in front of them and then around other kids. The restaurant was full of families and children at the time of the shooting, which was all captured on surveillance camera. Those who didn't initially flee were allowed to leave in groups after police arrived, many still clutching balloons and birthday gifts. Those sounds of gunshots will live on with those kids for the rest of their lives, I'm sure of it. And every time they pass this place, they're going to think of how awful that was. One witness, John DeTay, told the site. Chair's family says she was especially excited about the arrival of her now 4-week-old girl, having been a mom to 4 boys. She always wanted to help, even when she needed help of her own. Her sister Joy said she loved the children, especially her nieces and nephews. Pollion was denied bail. If convicted, she faces a mandatory prison sentence of life without parole. If she gets it, she gets it. And you know what? She probably wasn't banking that this woman was gonna die because she shot her in the shoulder, which means she most likely shot her, hopefully with not the intent to kill her, but because she bled out. It is what it is. And that was a lot of, and that's a very unfortunate for the mother, because a lot of times when people get shot in the shoulder, you rarely ever hear them dying from that. So when I was reading it initially, and it says that she died and then she got shot in the shoulder, the first thing that came to my mind was she hit an artery. And once you hit that artery, that's it. Like, you can try to apply as much pressure as you can to keep the blood from going out, but in the midst of panicking and the constant moving, blood constantly is pumping out, and the more blood that you lose, that rushes to your organs, and that's it. The same thing happened with Sean Taylor a few years ago, back in 2007, when people had broken into his home and he got shot in the leg, and people was like, he died and he got shot in the leg. They said, well, because it hit an artery. Same thing happened with the singer Selena back in 1995. She was shot through I think they said the bullet went from her back and out through her chest. And because it hit a major artery, she bled to death, and that's how she died. So, when you hit that artery, that's it. Like, good luck saving, you wouldn't need emergency attention right then and there, but because in the moment there's no emergency equipment or attention, 9 times out of 10, your chance of survival is very slim to none. And like I said, you're in a state of panic, so you're constantly moving, and you're not still, or you don't know what's going on, probably. But I offer my condolence to this woman's family and her children, like, to experience something so traumatic like that in front of them. Like they said, that's something that is going to have to live on in their image, in their memory for the rest of their lives. And also those kids that were there. I mean, imagine her daughter is only 4 weeks old. She barely knows who her mother is, and if the daughter was most likely there, which the daughter's probably most likely there with her. Imagine the last moment that she had with her mother was her being killed inside of a children's restaurant. As for this chick right here, I can already see them throwing the book at her. Like, they're gonna, I can see them showing no mercy for her, for the simple fact that she pulled out a gun at a Chuck E. Cheese of all places. Now, I've heard stories about people fighting at Chuck E. Cheese, but not actually pulling out a gun and shooting someone inside of it, and over a card game that one of the other kids had took from this woman's kids, and all she was trying to do was get the cards back. But the decisions people make, the consequences, and now her life is gone. She's only 24. So her life is pretty much gone. Everything that was up until this point will no longer be. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments.